Hey, this is Aaron with BS Tracker. I uploaded a video analyzing Hassan's comments on President Trump and the situation in South Africa. That video triggered a Wikipedia warning about something called the white genocide conspiracy theory. You can see it right here. The wording on that warning caught my attention. It felt emotionally loaded and politically charged, so I copied the entire Wikipedia page, put it into a text file, and ran it through my BS Tracker formula using ChatGPT. Let me be very clear. I do not support any form of extremism. I do believe that it's dangerous when a site as influential as Wikipedia uses emotionally manipulative language under the guise of neutrality. That being said, this analysis will break it down, bias, framing, emotional tone, so that you can decide for yourself. The bias in framing, it frames the theory exclusively through the lens of white nationalism and neo-Nazism. It uses charged labels like myth, bogus, and pseudoscience to pre-frame the theory as false before presenting counterarguments. It uses repeated comparisons to Nazi Germany, suggests emotional positioning rather than dispassionate academic analysis. Emotional manipulation. Strong language such as ethnic hatred, fabricated, dangerous and poisoned, and murderous sites evoke fear and revulsion. It invokes terrorism events like Christchurch, El Paso, Charlottesville to emotionally anchor the theory to violent extremism. It describes political rhetoric like massive demographic changes as white genocide anxiety, potentially dismissing genuine demographic concerns. No significant mention of the actual beliefs or arguments from proponents outside neo-Nazi white supremacist groups. It ignores the use of similar demographic arguments by mainstream conservative figures not aligned with white nationalism. South African land reform policies are only discussed in rebuttal to white genocide claims, without fully exploring counterarguments in detail. Misleading or leading questions. The article doesn't ask direct questions, but the structure implies, why would anyone believe this other than hate? Probably other than to hate. Repeated use of false, fabricated, and pseudoscientific as definitive judgment frames reader perception rather than encouraging critical thought. Intentional dishonesty is low but present. While factually grounded in sources, the article uses selective citation to suggest all references to white demographic decline are rooted in extremism. Conflates genuine debate over immigration or cultural identity with advocacy for genocide or terrorism, creating a straw man. Rhetorical integrity. The tone is polemical rather than encyclopedic. It frequently vilifies those associated with the theory instead of neutrally summarizing and debunking claims. It uses terms like dog whistle or bogus, which reflect opinion more than description. The article cites extensively, including academic journals and news outlets. Some sections rely on vague claims, like mainstream media has described, without exact source links or quote verification. Better than average sourcing for Wikipedia, but inconsistent in depth of rebuttals. Use of evidence. It provides extensive historical and ideological lineage tracing the theory to anti-Semitic and eugenicist roots. Cites law enforcement, researchers, and journalists, but rarely includes statistical counterarguments to concerns. For example, population projections, fertility rates. It uses selected murder rate data in South Africa without deeper exploration of opposing data cited by critics. The straw man risk is high. The article reduces the theory to its most extreme and violent proponents, omitting discussion of non-racist critiques of multiculturalism or immigration. Suggests to question demographic change is tantamount to advocating for genocide, a mischaracterization of many right-leaning political views. Terminology exaggeration. Repeated use of myth, conspiracy theory, extremist, fascistic, without clearing boundaries, without clear boundaries, can overinflate and overgeneralize opposition. The term white genocide is used to group vastly different ideologies and political figures under one pejorative umbrella. The integrity ratings for this Wikipedia article are very low. You can see them all right here. Bias and framing is 2 out of 10. Emotional manipulation is 3 out of 10. Omission of key context is 2 out of 10. Misleading or leading cues is questions. 3 out of 10. Intentional dishonesty is 4 out of 10. Rhetorical integrity is 3 out of 10. Source transparency is pretty good at 6 out of 10. Use of evidence is 6 out of 10. Strawman risk is 2 out of 10. Terminology exaggeration is 3 out of 10. And the entire argument honesty rating is 3.4 out of 10. I thought that this was an interesting example of how you see bias everywhere you look. As I'm making a video analyzing the bias in another video, another extremely biased article gets tagged on to my video. And that's what I'm fighting here on this channel. This is what I don't want to see anymore. I'm always going to see it. It's always going to be there. But I can do everything that I can to make this better. Thank you, and have a good day.